Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature that's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
Hi, Grand Rising to you beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where black folk do read. You put in a book like The Wealth Choice, written by Dr. Dennis Kimbro, and we absolutely will find it. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified global financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, The Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. Book that I wrote, guys, A Study of Black Wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way. But if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. All right, my beautiful people, you can find the book that I wrote by simply going to the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. We got 6 copies left. Your last 6 opportunities to pick up a book that actually is a current history book, right? The wealthiest black people that across the world. You can find out about them, what they've done, how they actually did it, so you can begin to start to get some ideas. Everybody putting out console, get some ideas. You can begin to get some ideas on how you can build wealth for yourself as well. Not only do we have a book, guys, we also do have a store. You can check out the store at the website. The store is going to have other financial literacy books and business books written by black people. All right, we got books for your kids. Introduce them to credit, introduce them to investing, introduce them to insurance, introduce them into business development, writing a business plan, all that good stuff. That's up to you, though, to invest in not only in yourself, but in the next generation. Simply understanding the concept that we teach them early what we learn late. We teach them early what we learn late, if we even learn it at all. And last but not least, that same website, we do have a place where you say you simply can join the club. You want to get around like-minded people, so you say? You want to get around people that are serious about building wealth and serious about building business while they actually build themselves. Well, you can choose to make that decision at any point in time you like. Join the Black Billionaires Club. We welcome you. We welcome you to make that decision here today. Again, that's at theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com. While you guys are connecting, as we're going to get and continue our journey into the wealth choice. Everybody put in console, I choose wealth. I choose wealth. Also, let us know where you're connecting from this morning. What city, what state, what country. We're broadcasting on Instagram. We're broadcasting on Facebook. We're broadcasting on YouTube across the World Wide Web. Understanding that the worldwide simply means that we are now global. We got students and people that tune in all over the world because they say, you know what, we're going to get up early or we're going to be up late, depending on what time it is that they're at. And we're going to get this knowledge because we want to increase our knowledge, understanding if I spend some money, right? If I spend some money, right, I take from my wallet in order to fill my mind. Then later I can take from my mind in order to fill my wallet. And let me tell you, the stuff that comes out of your mind is going to bring you way more money than what came out first. This is understanding I have an investment that can bring me back equity, that can bring me back profit, that can bring me back income later on. If I simply invest in myself. Where are you connected from this morning? What city, what state, what country? Also, hit the like button, share button, tag button, heart button, depending on where you at. Just make the internet go crazy. Because you got black folk reading. Oh my goodness. Something must be going on up in here. What's going on to your Instagram? Thanks so much for joining us here at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. I got you, Miss EAG out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Big J Love, Lou Love joined us as well. Thanks so much, man. Rich Boys in the house. I know I must be doing something right. If it's a Financial Friday and Rich Boy got time to tune into this, because that's a busy brother, I must be doing something right. Credit K has joined us over Instagram as well. And I don't see the Empress of Blues is with us as well. Grand rising to you. Thanks so much for joining us, Miss Audrey, Miss Goodrich, I got to keep going up. Y'all, it's too many. Just someone's coming in. Miss Goodrich, Miss Shiro is in the house. Brother Mari, Brother Obina is in the house. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Layla Love is joining us as well. Craig Stevens in the house, man. Grand rising to you. Glenda Tate Williams, thanks so much for joining us here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day to keep broke and stupid away. 30 minutes a day to keep broke and stupid away. Miss Benisa Riggins is joining us as well. Antoinette Ross is a boss over on Facebook. Thanks so much for joining us. Sedley Henry is in the house. Miss Mankins Golden is in the house. Fantastic, man. We're going to get into this thing right after we let you guys know about our sponsor. We're going to continue our journey into the wealth choice, and we're going to be finishing up, not today, but tomorrow, the fourth law of wealth. The fourth law of wealth. We'll do a quick recap, give you our sponsors, then get right into our reading here today. So let's do a recap. The first law, right? The first law that we learned about 3 weeks ago simply says this. The first law of wealth, that wealth begins in the mind and it ends in the purse. Wealth begins in the mind, ends in the purse. We also begin to understand that some things we've heard before, that wisdom is more precious than rubies or gold, or wisdom is more precious than money. So it said wealth begins in the mind. Which simply said, man, if I can begin to fill my mind up with wealthy stuff, with wealthy thoughts, right? Be around wealthy people, wealthy-minded people as well. Watch what I eat, watch what I see, watch what I listen to. I can begin to fill my mind, and now I have developed what we call the wealth consciousness. Second law of wealth simply says this. Decide now that I will never be poor. So once we begin to fill ourselves up with these thoughts, and we begin to start thinking different by be ye transformed by the renewing of our mind, then we can now make a decision. Now that I know better, will I do better? See, that's the big thing right there. Now that I know better, and I still have a choice. I can know all I want. I can be filled with information, still doing crap stuff. So to know better, to do better is not true. Now that I know better, I still have to decide to do better. How many of you guys waking up on this fantastic Friday and you're deciding right now that you're going to do better? You're deciding right now you're going to take all the stuff that you've learned, all the scriptures that you read, all that stuff that's just inside of you, and you're going to make a decision to actually do better. Everybody put in console, do better. Law number 3, simply is talking about this word called faith. It simply says this, hey, to believe in yourself when no one else will. Everybody put in console, I believe in myself. To believe in yourself. So what? They didn't like your idea. So what? They said no. So what? Do you believe in your dream? Do you believe in your goal? Do you believe in your aspiration? Do you believe it's your right to be rich? It's your right to leave an inheritance to your children's children. According to your faith, so it be unto you. As a man thinketh, so is he. I believe in myself when no one else will. When my teacher didn't believe in me, when my parents didn't believe in me, when my good friends didn't believe in me, I still believe in myself. And now we're into law number 4, the fourth law. That's what we're going to continue on in today. To thine own self be true. Let's get our sponsors real quick because they're the ones that help us do this. They're the ones that help pay the bills. They're the ones that say, you know what, we believe in Reading Rainbow 2.0. We believe in the paying homage to LeVar Burton that you read, take a look and it's in a book. Our first sponsor, Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric Marketplace, specializing in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art-inspired gifts. Check them out by going to the website of Black-owned business, theblackbazaar.com, theblackbazaar.com. A Black woman-owned business, right? For our sponsor, Blackberry Charisma, specializing in custom crafts, right? From your shirts to your mugs and things like that. Also, they got a special section for with the lingerie. Black woman-owned business that you can choose to support with your dollars by simply going to blackberrycharisma.com, blackberrycharisma.com for the Hustler books. This is a brother that's written books to be able to help you start that business, take that idea and turn it into reality, or to extend or to add on to what you're currently doing. When you buy this brother's book, he's going to give you a free consultation to figure out how he can help you make your dreams come true. Simply go to hustlerbooks.com, hustlerbooks.com. And then last but not least, our sister, another Black woman-owned business who, if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't see me. because she's the one that's helped take everything in my mind and she turned it into this digital process that you now see on the screen, right? She's the one that did the website. She's the one, or her company is the one that takes care of the trailers, all that good stuff. So if you need to upgrade, right, everybody putting down so upgrade. If you need to get upgraded, I'm talking specifically to the black businesses right now. Some of you guys simply need to upgrade. You're still doing business like it's 1999. Some of you guys just simply need to upgrade. You need to invest not only in yourself, but you also need to invest in your business. Why is your website still not mobile friendly? Where's your commercial? Let me say that. Where is your commercial? You've been in business for how long and you still don't have a commercial? Let me upgrade you. By simply going to BigSisMediaGroup.com, BigSisMediaGroup.com. Don't shop it down because I'm preaching good. Let's get right to this thing, the wealth choice. The wealth choice. Success Secrets of Black Millionaires, written by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. You can find this book by simply going to the website, www.DennisKimbro.com, www.DennisKimbro.com. We're continue our journey into the fourth law of wealth: to thine own self be true. New Black Wall Street Book Club. Catch up on these comments. Okay, I'll see. Mr. Wilson. Shout out to Mr. Wilson, by the way. I know he wasn't gonna tell nobody. I mean, I thought I was going to email or something like that. I had to find it in the news myself. But yeah, Mr. Wilson, he's built up a Black Bitcoin platform on Clubhouse, and it looks like Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter and Square, has now made a partnership to be able to what they say want to be able to have an influence on the Black community as it relates to the creation of Black Bitcoin millionaires. And he's working with Mr. Wilson because he's built this platform to educate Black folk about this thing called cryptocurrency. And y'all know I do the same thing. So shout out. You know what? We're going to give praise to honor to whom honor is due, and praise to whom honor praise is due. We're not going to wait till the brother gone. We're going to let him know we appreciate his efforts, Mr. Wilson. Keep doing what you do, brother, because that's what we do. We make change. Anyway, fourth law of wealth. Fourth law of wealth. And we're going to be talking about today how the wealthy discover their gifts. Everybody put in console, discover. How the wealthy discover your gifts. Now, why is this so important? Because I believe you're already wealthy. I believe you've already started to build and work on your wealth consciousness. I believe you made a decision not to be poor. I believe that you believe in yourself. So you're well on your way. You're ahead of the pack. Now we start to learn how we discover our gifts. New Black Wall Street Book Club. Let's read. What are the questions we constantly ask the rich? Where do you live? How big is your home? Or where did you attend school? How did you earn your millions? We naively assume that the answers to these questions will explain or provide the root cause of their financial success. Within the countless biographies published every year, not to mention the tabloid journals that circulate throughout mainstream media, the storyline is always the same. Our unassuming hero is a hardy soul born of modest means, and by virtue of his own grit or hard work and fired by a lofty purpose, fights his way to wealth and riches. Let me assure you that this oversimplistic explanations of wealth creations are sorely lacking. The rich and powerful who find their names written on biographies and tabloids may seem to have accomplished their dreams independently of anyone else. But in fact, they are, according to Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, invariably the beneficiaries of hidden advantages and extraordinary opportunities that allow them to make sense of the world in ways that others cannot. Yes, which side of the track you were born on does make a difference, as does who our forebears were and the type of legacy they left. Furthermore, many times the lack of a formal education and household income is a constant. But asking the wealthy where they live, or what type of car they drive, or how they earn their money is not enough. Answers to those questions are fairly useless. Only by asking what their unique strengths and gifts are and how they uncovered those talents do we begin to unravel the critical difference between the haves and the have-nots. Valerie Daniels Carter stood on her ground and fought every step of the way over obstacles that would have stifled lesser people to build her $95 million franchising empire. She has been part of the Burger King fast food chain for only 2 years before her ability was recognized and her place conceded. Whoever is armed with a dominant purpose Whoever is armed with a dominant purpose is an army of one. But fortunately, the creator is the judge and the jury in this game of life where only the most focused and fittest prevail. In 1982, Daniels Carter left her banking career for fast food when Burger King created a program to attract more diversity to its franchisee ranks. Convinced that she belonged in this arena, she jumped into the business with her brother John, a Harvard Law School graduate who was more than pleased to stay on the sidelines and serve as an investor and advisor. Today, they own and operate 113 restaurants throughout the Northeast and Midwest regions, including 36 Burger Kings, 68 Pizza Huts, 6 Auntie Annie's pretzel bakeries, and an assortment of coffee, beaneries, and Haagen-Dazs ice cream parlors that have made the siblings owners of the largest Black-owned fast food holding company in the United States. She has also become a fixture in her community, so much so that the Green Bay Packers football team elected her to its board of directors, making her the first African-American female to hold such a position. Daniels Carter's rise in the industry is due to her two-pronged approach that never wavers. Identify your talents and gifts and play to your strengths. Everybody put in console, play to my strengths. Identify your talents and gifts and play to your strengths. Identify your talents and your gifts and play to your strengths. Now, here's what I learned in my life. I've learned that my strengths or my gifts could also be a curse. And you guys might see that. You might see, when I was younger, you guys have been following me for a while. I got the same type of personality. I'm still petty. I'm still sarcastic. I'm still bold as a MFer. I'm still all that. I've just kind of refined it a little bit. But guess what? Those same things that people said, you know what, you're a little bit too much, are the same things that push me forward. I play to my strengths. This is what makes me who I am. This is what makes me different. I play to my strengths. It's not a weakness. It's a strength. I'll tell you this. Let me say this to you. The things that make you the same or similar to other people, I would say that those are your weaknesses. Because it doesn't help you stand out. It just helps you to fit in. It's the things that make you different that actually make you strong. Some of y'all need to catch that. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. There's a whole nother way of thinking. The things that are similar, the things that you can do that somebody else can do, and all that stuff, y'all kind of do the same stuff, that makes you similar. That helps you to fit in. That helps you to form relationships, have something in common. But how many guys are saying to yourself, I'm at the point of my life where, I understand that these common things help me to get common kind of money. And I'm looking to get past the common kind of money. I'm trying to get to the uncommon kind of money. So it's the things that make you similar, that somebody else can do, right? That kind of forms the space where you have something in common that's actually a weakness, because it doesn't help you to stand out. It helps you to fit in. And I'm trying to tell you that once you get to a space in your mentality, your life, that you know what, it's cool to be liked. It's cool to fit in. But where in my life am I going to stand out? In the comments below, I'd love for you to share, how do you stand out from the crowd? I'd love for you to share, how do you stand out? What about you is special? Because it's what about you that's special. It's what about you that stands out, that helps you get to that place where you are extraordinary and you begin to get extraordinary kind of money. That you are uncommon and you begin to get uncommon kind of money. That you are supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and you begin to get supercalifragilisticexpialidocious kind of money. Play to your strengths. Now, this is weird for some people. Because it feels like, man, me doing this makes me feel like I'm weird. I'm weird. I want to be like everybody else. I'm telling you, embrace your differences. Embrace your differences. So although many watched her corporate career with interest, Daniels Carter had other plans. Prior to launching the V&J Holdings Company, she spent nearly 10 years in finance, first as a management trainee at First Wisconsin National Bank, now U.S. Bank, in its retail and commercial lending department, and then at a mortgage guarantee investment corporation as an auditor in the underwriting division. While there, she began to connect the dots. Everybody put in console, connect the dots. Mergers and acquisitions had become the rage, which undoubtedly meant that corporate downsizing would not be far behind. Before someone else could determine her fate, Daniels Carter decided to make her move. Nearly 2 years later in 1984, now notice this, she saw what was coming and she busted a move. Some of y'all already see the writing on the wall. And I'm not even talking about your job. I'm talking about just in life. You know the next move should be your best move and you just need to bust a move. But for some strange reason, you see the writing on the wall. Matter of fact, you probably saw 4 years ago, I probably need to get me a little bit of this Bitcoin when I was talking about it 4 years ago. You probably saw it then. But for some strange reason, you didn't bust a move. You didn't connect the dots. She connected the dots. She saw something coming. And so before something caught her, she went ahead and she busted a move. Before someone else could determine her fate, Daniels Carter decided to make her move. Nearly 2 years later, in 1984, to complete her MBA, she was ready to strike out on her own. Together, she and her brother invested in a single Burger King in the heart of the downtown Milwaukee. A combination of personal savings, investor contributions, proceeds from the sale of her car, and a bank loan provided the duo $900,000 in startup capital that made the deal possible. After enrolling in a franchisee store management training program, she immediately rolled up her sleeves and went to work. 1 year later, the team used the profits to add another store before buying 4 more franchises in 1987. Daniels Carter's entry into the fast food industry was hardly a spur-of-the-moment decision. Driven by an intense entrepreneurial spirit, she had been mapping out a plan. Everybody put in the console plan. She'd been mapping out a plan to run her own shop since the beginning of her college career. Banking and finance, she told me, provided me a strong foundation so that I could piece together a business plan, learn the ins and outs of financing, and understand how to create a long-term strategy. While climbing the corporate ladder, I made a conscious decision to enhance my skill set. How many guys are not just going to the job? You're using the job. Oh, Lord, I mean, it's this whole bunch of teaching here. How many guys are using the job? You begin to learn how to leverage your job. So it's not a plantation if you learn how to use it, if you learn how to leverage it, if you're taking advantage of stuff. I was talking to a sister maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. She was having some issues. You know, we started having some issues at the JOB, having issues with the boss and issues with the coworkers and all that stuff. And I said to her, listen, here's my question for you. If everybody's got a job, a JOB, right? Is your job using you or are you using your job? That's a light bulb moment for her. She said, what do you mean am I using my job? Let me ask you this question again. Is your job using you, making you feel like a slave? Or are you using your job? You're there and you're getting everything you can out of that job. Once you began to take on that philosophy, say, you know what? I'm not using my job as I should. So she began to start participating in stuff. Right, she started doing whatever they had that she could do that she found interest in. She started doing that stuff. I believe she joined the little Toastmasters and stuff like that. She started doing this and started doing that. Next thing you know, 6 months later, because she started to use her job started to notice her. You know what I'm saying? Taking these strides, and guess what? Here comes the raise. Here comes the raise. Here comes the reward for her. Taking things into her, taking control of her position, taking control of her life, taking control of her employeeship. So her job was no longer using her. Now she was in a position of power where she started to use the job. You understand what I'm saying? I can do this all day long. I do this all day long. Let's keep going. Initially succeeding in a difficult business in her hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which lacked an encouraging environment for minority business development, seemed daunting to Daniels Carter. And falling into 2 categories, black and female, would not only be a test of endurance, but a trial that required her to match responsibilities and tasks with strengths. Even today, with the demands on her time, an overcrowded schedule that frequently begins at 5 in the morning and often extends past 9 at night. And with more than 3,500 employees and annual sales that are swiftly approaching 100 million, you would think that she could easily lose sight of what she does best and be pulled into numerous directions. Not so. Daniels Carter does not need to shift her focus in order to play to her strengths. Instead, like Carla Harris, she remains true to what she already knew about herself. Despite many temptations to change tack, Daniels Carter continually carves her role in order to capitalize on the gifts and talents that became apparent when she was a child at 5. The company training director and a close friend who has known her boss for more than 2 decades remembers growing up in Daniel Carter's neighborhood. We were interested in dogs, but not Valerie. She was busy making Kool-Aid and selling it up and down our block. She could get her brother to rake leaves and she received the money. Later, she started a business walking neighborhood children home from school for a modest fee. That entrepreneurial drive, along with an MBA, has served her well. Carter Daniels emphatically states her secret in a nutshell. And here's her secret. Here's her secret. There's nothing standing in your way to do what you want to do, provided you know what you want to do. Let me say that again. There's nothing. Everybody put it down, so nothing. There is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that's standing in your way to do what you want to do, provided you know what you want to do. And here's where many of our brothers and sisters are. They're in a state of nothingness. They're in a state of drift. They're in a state of neglect. They just simply get up and say same thing every day. They have created this process that they're going to live. And then when you ask them, well, what are you doing it all for? They don't know. Here's the key, provided you know what you want to do. You must come to grips with what you want and what you are capable of doing. What's your passion? Will you be an employee or an employer? Owning a business isn't for everyone. Not everyone can tolerate 18-hour work days. Each of us must take a look inside and identify our strengths. Decide what fits your personality, your skill set, and your God-given directive. Odds are you will never be broke. You'll never be unsuccessful or unhappy when you find your true place. But your heart must be in your business, and your business must be in your heart. Fortunately, I knew what I was designed to do. I serve others. If the current generation of African Americans who find themselves struggling against cruel circumstances to make their mark could only understand that 90% of what is labeled as genius is merely the result of persistent, determined industry, as well as the exploitation of a single strength. Now, it seems like we got to keep coming back to this. A single strength. And again, you are a talented brother and sister. I mean, you are magnificent. You are genius. You are great. You are awesome. But here's a problem sometimes in this awesomeness. You're becoming a jack of all trades, trying to do everything. And that's a scarcity mindset. I'm going to try to do everything because I heard that this multiple streams of income is a thing, and I'm trying to get all this multiple streams of income, and I'm going to do everything that brings in income. That's a scarcity mindset. I know it sounds like it's an abundant mindset. No, that's a working mindset. That's a worker bee. That's somebody that's still going to get paid based upon them exchanging their time. But a single focus. Someone called me the other day. They called me just yesterday. We was talking on the phone, and I do a coaching session with them. And we finally figured out what they need to do. Boom, bam. Here's what you need to do. Here's a step. Step 1. Boom. Go take care of that. Then guess what happened? After we finished step 1, they started to go off into the weeds. Well, what about this? And what about that? And this, and I said, listen, I don't talk like that. Here's the deal. We know what we need to do next. Go do what needs to be done next. Then we'll have another conversation. But so many people, they want to take something that's so simple and make it so complex that now they're off in the weeds. You understand what I'm saying? But to have that focus, this is what needs to be done next. I ain't finished that. Let me finish that. And I'm telling you, if you take a step, you take your step on the staircase to heaven, it's going to be one step at a time. And sometimes he might cause you to leap because you did that step so well. But if you just focus on the next step, have the big picture in mind, but focus on the next step. Everybody put in that comment below, focus on the next step. Focus on the next step. The next step, or we call it the next move. It should be your best move. And if you complete that move, just like it's chess, if you're familiar with chess, your next move got to be your next move, best move. If you're playing chess, especially against a good opponent, your next move got to be your best move. And if you complete that move, here's what happens. Here's what happens. When you complete your next best move, your vision, your eyesight, what you're able to see, it opens up. And then there's this thing, this light that shines down from heaven above, I believe. Where now you start to see things more clearly. You didn't see it quite as clear before you finish the move. But now that you finish your next best move, now you can see even better move up ahead. Focus on the next step. Now, obviously, I'm saying keep the big picture in mind because that next step should be leading you closer to your end goal. But the next step, the next move is the most important move. Let me say this. The next move is so important. Why? Because here's another problem. Some people, they focus on what they have already done. Oh, I took that step. No, here's the deal. You took that step. Congratulate yourself. Clap yourself. Now the most important thing is the next step. Some people, they don't take the next step because they're looking at step number 50. Step number 50 can't get here if you don't take step number 1. And step 50 can't get here after you complete step 1, you don't take step number 2. So some people are focusing on the past. Others, they're looking too far in the future. When what's most important is your next step, your next move, and make it your best move. Whew. It's getting hot in here. He's on fire. What's that? Oh. If the current generation of African Americans who find themselves struggling against cruel circumstances to make their mark could only understand that 90% of what is labeled as genius is merely the result of persistent, determined industry, as well as the exploitation of a single strength, they would inch even closer to prosperity and reach their financial goals. Unfortunately, millions of have-nots flit about from one occupation to another, from one business to another, from one trade to another, pursuing one idea today and another tomorrow, rowing upstream, chasing someone else's dream because it was the proper thing to do, or choosing a career simply because a friend or a family member or associated instructed them to do so. When you attempt to pursue that for which you are unsuited, not only will you neglect your strengths, but you will fall prey to your weakness, and any chance of wealth and prosperity is diminished because you are out of place. I urge you to follow your bent. If you wage war against your aspirations, you will surely lose. If you wage war against your own aspirations, we can read this about 15 times. When you attempt to pursue that for which you are unsuited, not only will you neglect your strengths, but you will fall prey to your weaknesses, and any chance of wealth and prosperity is diminished because you are out of place. Here's another thing that happens. When you're out of place, now the whole community is diminished because there's a lane that you're supposed to be in that I can lean on you for because that's your specialty. That's what makes you stand out from the crowd. And then I have my place. But for you to come over to my lane, trying to act like you're the certified global financial educator, when that's my lane, well, then now we got a problem because now we're competing instead of collaborating. And I'm simply saying, well, why don't you go do what you do best? First is trying to do what I do best and try to do it as good as me. That's not your lane. Maybe you're out of place. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been studying this thing pretty much my whole life. My question to you this morning, as you're hearing this, the sound of my voice, as you might hear the replay at some point in time, later on down in life, are you out of place? See, some of you don't need to learn cryptocurrency. Let me just say that. So you don't need to learn. You just need to lean on people who already know it, and they can lead you down the right path. Some of you guys don't need to be the financial educator. No. Lean on the person that's a financial educator to come teach. You just make sure you get the people together so they can come teach. You see what I'm saying? Some of you are just simply trying to do everything. And in the process of trying to do everything, you accomplish very little. I'm telling you, if you learn how to focus on what your strength, you get in that lane, and you ride that mother till the wheels fall off. You're going to have so much abundance, so much prosperity, so much money coming into your storehouse. You know what? Every day I wake up to money. And it's not just my investments. Well, it is an investment, but it's not those type of investments. Every day I get a cash app, $100, $200 here. But I mean, it's almost unbelievable at this point. I'm attracting so much money into my storehouse because I simply had decided a long time ago, this is what I want to do. I studied it. I stayed in my lane. I believed in myself when no one else would. Now I got students all over the world. And all I do is walk 3 feet to my next room, which is my office. You understand what I'm saying? And if I can do this in this arena, you can do the very same thing in your arena. Because there's people all over the world looking for you. And the goal is for you to go looking for people who are looking for you. So when those people that I was looking for, they weren't next door. When those people I was looking for, they weren't in my city. When those people I was looking for, they weren't in my state. When the people I was looking for, they wasn't even in my country. I still kept looking for people who were looking for me because I knew I had something to offer. Now, does that mean everybody's going to listen to me? Hell no. Who am I? I'm just a young buck from Decatur, Georgia. Why would they listen to me? But there are people. There are people who are looking for you. But they will only find you if you get serious about your strength. They will only find you if you begin to exploit what makes you special. They will only find you if you do that. There's a sense of power. There's a sense of power. Everybody put in comments, so I got the power. There's a sense of power in the spirit of the individual who has reached a point of efficiency, the tip of productivity, the place where his or her skills and prowess adds to the bottom line. It is here where those who will eventually be categorized as wealthy begin to work in harmony with their purpose. The fourth law of wealth obligates men and women like Lisa Price and Carla Harris, Les Brown, and Valerie Daniels Carter to, once they uncovered their unique gift, move immediately. Move immediately. They fight it out as long as it takes. They devote themselves to a single financial goal. They live hand to mouth if necessary and not care about the opinion of others. Look at this. Very first thing, when they uncover their gift and they start working this thing, they move immediately. They don't delay. They don't procrastinate anymore. They know what they want. They go after. They move immediately. When an opportunity comes across my path in the realm of money or finance, I move immediately. And I tell other people too, but I'm moving. They fight it out as long as it takes. You got to understand that you're at war. And you fight it out as long as it takes. Not until you win, as long as it takes. Devote yourselves to a single financial goal. This is an issue for many of us when it comes to our finances. You don't even have a financial goal. This is an issue for people that are investing right now or trading or doing Forex or doing real estate, whatever. You don't even have a financial goal. They'll live hand to mouth if necessary. They'll go down with their dream. They're going down like the Titanic. They ain't got no backup plan. This is it. And they do not care about the opinions of others. As you can probably see at this point, I don't care what y'all think. I really don't. I'm on my path. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on and I'm gonna help as many people as I can. I'm gonna help enough other people get what they want, and I understand that I'll get everything that I want. This is a new Black Wall Street book club where Black folk do read. You put in a book like The Wealth Choice, Success Secrets of Black Millionaires, written by Dr. Dennis Kimbro, and we absolutely will find it. In honor of our brother, Black History Month, LeVar Burton, 30 minutes a day, Reading Rainbow 2.0, 30 minutes a day to keep broke and stupid away. In the comments below, I'd love for you to share something that you learned today. What was your takeaway? What was a seed of thought, a seed of meditation, a seed that might have been planted in your spirit, your soul, or your mind that you're going to take the time to cultivate? As you cultivate this seed, it begins to grow into this thing called a tree. And that tree grows branches and it has fruit on the outside. And now you're able to feed not only yourself, because you can only eat one apple, but you can feed the many. You understanding that each one teach many. Each one teach many. You want to know how we start to bridge this thing called the wealth gap? Well, the way that we bridge the wealth gap is to bridge the knowledge gap. Wisdom is more precious than rubies or gold. My people perish for lack of knowledge, not because of lack of money. How do we fix the money problem? We fix the knowledge problem. You understand what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? All the stuff that we read over the years, all the scriptures, all the books, all the songs that we listen to. I just broke it down for you real quick. How do you fix it? You get to the root. It's not a money problem. It's a knowledge problem and an execution problem. Yeah, you know the scripture, but you're not applying it. Yeah, you read the Quran, but you're not doing it. Let's catch up on these comments, man. We'll get up out of here. Wealth choice. I choose wealth. I want to say thank you over at Instagram. I'll see any more comments coming from you. I catch up here on the comments on Instagram, on Facebook, and YouTube. I got the power. I never knew my money could grow in wallets. Absolutely. Yes, it can. This has been great, E. I'm on my path. You look real good with the longer hair, too. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Right? That's right, man. Bring your trade Nigeria, bro. I'm coming, bro. We got our first Nigerian presentation. I don't know if you was on that. I don't know if you were on my WhatsApp. It's going to be Sunday. So, I'm coming, right? But we're going to do virtual right now until we can figure out everything. So we got our first Nigerian class, Nigerian crypto class on Sunday. So make sure you inbox me, brother Natata. I think I said that right. Make sure you inbox me. I know we've been talking back and forth. So we did schedule that. We not waiting. We're going to start right there. Because we're going to start to fix what? We're going to fix the knowledge problem. We're going to learn everything we can. Nigeria, here I come. Okay? I'm going to figure out when I'm going to do this flight thing. I'm probably going to go to Ghana first. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Thank God for you be teaching about law of wealth. I appreciate it. Congratulations, Ms. Foster. My takeaway is that I'm going to learn more crypto and commit to investing regularly. I'm going to stay in my lane and commit to the dollar amount to earn. Right? Picking it up, man. Bridge the knowledge gap. Right? This should be in school. Hey, I'm working on the money school, by the way. Yes, with your contributions, your help over ERGJ Enterprise, you click that little button that say become a supporter. That little $5 we setting up an account, right? That $5 is going to that account every month, and then next thing you know, we got enough to go ahead and you'll work on all the stuff we need to work on, the curriculum, the SOPs, finding the right teachers. I don't know if we're gonna be get the building right away, but we're working on it too. And that building might not be in the United States. That building might be in Nigeria. We might build a money school in Nigeria. I don't know. I had to wait to get some downloads from God on that, but we're working on that too. Right? You want to support the mission. You want to support the movement. You want to exchange what we call value for value. You got great value out of this. Well, hey, that's how you do it. That's how we can keep our Black authors alive. That we keep our Black literature alive. Right? I'm down for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Right? Hey, I'm learning different sources, but it's only here my spirit gets a hit. All right, man, brother Tata, you got issues. Okay, all right, fantastic. Evans been good to us, teaching us here in Nigeria. He even got close by WhatsApp. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. My brother Ryan, man, appreciate you. EA Credit Solutions, your execution problem. Absolutely. Well, my beautiful people, I want to say thanks so much, man, for tuning in. Thanks so much for your support. I did not realize when I was doing this a couple of years ago how powerful this is, and we're gonna keep it going. You guys were like, where you at? What happened to the show? I had no idea. You know, when you doing something and don't nobody show up for a while, you be like, I guess that ain't what the people want. But clearly, it's what the people want. And I've learned to give the people what they want. They were a hunger. There's a hunger for knowledge. There's a hunger. There's a hunger for knowledge. And I want you to understand, for those that are out there, hear the sound of my voice, you want to get into a space that's called recession-proof. You want to get to a space that's the highest paid profession in the world. No, I know they say it's sales. I'm telling you, it's teaching. The teachers just haven't learned how to maximize or to capitalize on their gift. But I'm telling you, the money is in the teaching. The money is in the training. The money is not so y'all do coaching, but I'm telling you, it's a whole other thing. We start teaching skills versus just teaching, emotional and balance and stuff like that. That has its place. When you start teaching skills, that's where the money is. But at any rate, what do I know? I'm just a young buck from Decatur, Georgia. Why should you listen to me? I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Make sure you check out our sponsors again, theblackbazaar.com, right? Check them out. Black-owned business, Blackberry Charisma, check her out. Black woman-owned business. Do some business with your own people. Hustler Books, right? Check them out. Hustlebooks.com and Big Sis Media Group, BigSisMediaGroup.com. Y'all know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. With your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah. The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.